Hey folks, it's Marvin Cash, the host of The Articulate Fly, and we're back with another Tip of the Mitt fishing report with Brian Kosminski of True North Trout. How you doing, Kaz?
I am doing excellent. How are you, sir?
As always, I'm just trying to stay out of trouble.
We're doing a good job.
There you go. And so, we were talking before we started recording, and you may not have had your first frost, but you're definitely deep into fall in Upper Michigan now.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. We're looking at, 18th of October, and we haven't had a frost. It's been bluebird sunny sky days lately, and water levels are kind of low, and we're hoping for some rain and some cruddy fall weather.
Yeah, get the streamer bite going, right?
Yeah, we had a couple good days last week. I'm not going to complain. A few fish came and played with us, and there were other days when we couldn't get anybody to bite. Even when it was raining and cruddy, we thought it would be beautiful, but it didn't work out.
Got it. And so do you have October caddis in your neck of the woods?
Not so much. Our water temperatures get really cold. Right now, we're only seeing blue-wing olives on the water. I think my water temp today was 47, 48 degrees. It's chilly.
Yeah, it's you might have to wear the icebreaker under the waders.
It was cold standing in the water for a while, and I was wearing my merino wool smart. The smart wools.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's interesting. So, any streamer patterns in particular you like? I know we've talked about a few in the past, but I know the deeper you go into kind of streamer time and before the spawn, the more things you have to try, right?
I totally agree, and you got to change it up. And I think the other day we hit it. We were doing really well on a Olive Winkler's Kamikaze Sculpin, and it wasn't a huge. It was just like a 2-inch fly. Doesn't need to be monster. Super easy to tie up. I'm going to get ready to tie a couple right now just because they get beat up pretty easy, but they're a quick, fast fly. The other best fly, I think, is something in the tan or olive circus peanut or the peanut envy. Just gets down and finds the fish. They can't help themselves but come out and smash it.
Yeah, and so, do you like to fish those circus peanuts a little bit bigger or smaller? What size do you like?
They're about a 3.5-inch tandem articulated. It just, as long as it's getting that nice snaky movement, it looks like a lamprey as it's going through the water.
Yeah, and that's actually kind of on the small side for the circus peanuts.
I agree, totally agree. But once you start throwing something that's 6 or 7 inches long, then you got to bust out the 8-weight. And here's an interesting conversation. We were talking the other day about whether you're an even guy or an odd guy. If you prefer even number rods or odd number rods.
I would say I'm probably mostly even, although I have 2 odds. I do have a Sage 3-weight and then I have a Scott Radian 7-weight, but everything else, well, that's not true. Actually, I take all that back. I'm a disaster. Right. Cause I've got 3, 5, 7, 6s and 8s. So I guess I like it all. How about you?
I'm all across the board. I'm across the board as well, but I'm finding myself gravitating more towards the 4-weight instead of the 5 and a 6-weight instead of the 7, and then an 8-weight when I need to throw something really big. So I think I'm becoming more of an even guy.
Yeah. That's even before you have to talk about like 9-foot or 10-foot, right?
Usually we're staying in the 8.5 foot in northern Michigan, just because of the overhead trees and stuff that's behind you. So I use a 9-weight or a 9-foot, but most of the time 8.5.
Yeah. So it's interesting. So in Western North Carolina, I actually like to nymph with a 9 or 10-foot rod, even in the mountains. Cause I like the reach, but I would tell you my favorite, 10-foot rod. I have a 10-foot 4-weight Winston that is the perfect dry fly rod for the South Holston.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I would agree. I do like a 10-foot or even 10.5 foot for my nymphing, but that's a 3-weight or a 4-weight as well.
Yeah. And then I would say probably my, go-to big, out west fishing rod is a 6-weight, 9-foot or 9'6", 6-weight.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, it's all good. And, folks, like we do every 2 weeks, our friends at Norvise generously sponsor the report. And, I think the last time we told you they were doing a product unveiling this past weekend at a shop in Western North Carolina, and the new product that they released, and there may be a few left on the website, but don't hold me to it. They released this new toolbar for the vices. You want to tell folks about that?
They've got these awesome tool caddies. They're available in, I believe, 6 different colors. They've got a radiant red, passion purple, all kinds of different, and they're beautifully aligned to set up right on the base of your Norvise, so you can keep all your tools handy right where you need them.
Yeah, and the neat thing is they've got a bunch of holes around the edges of all different sizes for your bobbins and your scissors and things, but on the inside it's basically a bead tray, so it's super handy.
Exactly. It looks awesome. I can't wait to get a hold of one.
Yeah, well, folks, if you want one, I would encourage you to go over to www.nor-vice.com. They've been doing a countdown on Instagram. Hopefully they've got a few left. Since they're here in the U.S., we know they'll have plenty more for the holiday season, but if you like to be an early bird, you need to go check it out. And then, like I always tell folks, if you want to learn more about Norvise and some of the great people that are part of the Norvise family, they do a great live stream every Sunday night at 7 o'clock Eastern on their Facebook page. And no question for you this week, Kaz, but folks, you need to get a question because we're going to have a great drawing at the end of the season. We've got some True North Trout swag. We've got a $100 Norvise gift certificate, and you can email us those questions. You can send them to us on our Facebook or Instagram page, and we'll hook you up.
Sounds like a great plan. I look forward to seeing some questions.
Yeah, absolutely. And why don't you let folks know where they can find you, Kaz, so they can book you and fish with you?
You can find True North Trout on the usual social channels, Facebook, Instagram, or email me at flyfishbcause@gmail.com.
Yeah, well, there you go. Well, listen, folks, I keep saying this, but fall is my favorite time to fish, and you owe it to yourself to get out there and catch a few. Tight lines, everybody. Tight lines, Kaz.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.